So in this question we have to find the units of the electric flux. We already know that from Gauss law phi will be is equals to integral E bar dot ds bar. Here we already know the units of electric field. Electric field units will be volt per meter and area units will be meter square. So here unit of flux will be volt into meter, which will be option C. So the question given is, a neutral pendulum oscillates in a uniform electric field as shown in the figure. If a positive charge is given to the pendulum, then its time period will. We know that time period of a simple pendulum is given as 2 pi under root L upon G effective. Now here positive charge is given to the simple pendulum. So here if you see the external forces acting on the bob, QE will be acting in upward direction and mg will be acting in downward direction. So here net external force will be is equals to mg minus QE in downward direction. So here the G effective will be F net upon M, which will be G minus QE upon M. So here if you see the effective acceleration due to gravity, it is decreasing, minus QE upon M. So here if G effective is decreasing, time period will be increasing. So option A will be correct. So the question given is, identify the correct statement about the charges Q1 and Q2. Here we have to find whether Q1 and Q2 are positive or negative charges. So here the concept required is, for a positive charge, electrical field lines will be starting from the charge. And for a negative charge, electric field lines will be terminating at the charge. Now see Q1, all the lines are terminating at Q1. So this should be negative. Similarly Q2, all the electric field lines are terminating at Q2. So Q2 should be also negative. So here we can say both Q1 and Q2 should be negative. So option B will be correct. So here it is given that three identical charges are placed at the corners of an equilateral triangle of side L. If force between any two charges is capital F, the work required to double the dimensions of the triangle is. Let us assume this identical charges as Q. So here we are given with an equilateral triangle of side L. And there is a charge Q on each vertex. Now it is given that force acting between any two charges is F. If you consider any two charges, according to Coulomb's law, we can write force will be is equals to K Q1 Q2 upon R square, which is L square here. So according to the question, K Q square upon L square is F. Now we have to find the work required to double the dimensions of the triangle. Now we are going to double the dimension, means we are going to move the charges such that they will form an equilateral triangle of side 2L. Now to find the work done in this process, I will apply work energy theorem. According to work energy theorem, net work done will be is equals to change in kinetic energy. Here we will assume that this is a quasi-static process, means we are going to slowly move the charges until the side of the triangle becomes 2L. If you are going to slowly move the charges, initially charges will be at rest and finally charges will be at rest. So we can say that this change in kinetic energy of the system will be equal to 0. Coming to the net work done, external agent will be doing work to move the charges, as well as there will be electrical interactions between the charges. So we can say that work done by the external agent plus work done by the electrical field or electrical interactions will be equal to 0. Electrical force is a conservative force. For a conservative force, we can write that work done by conservative force will be is equals to minus of change in potential energy. Here we are talking about electrical field, so this will be minus of change in electrical potential energy. So here we can write work done by external agent will be is equals to delta U, change in potential energy. So this can be written as final potential energy minus initial potential energy. Let us calculate these two terms. Initially we are having three pairs. Each pair will have a potential energy of K Q1 Q2 upon R, which is K Q square upon L. So 3 pairs are there. So total initial potential energy will be 3 kq square upon L. Similarly here we will be having 3 pairs. Each pair will have a potential energy of k q1 q2 upon R, which is 2L. Total we are having 3 pairs. So this will be our final potential energy. So substitute the values here. This will be 3 by 2 kq square upon L minus 3 kq square upon L. So this will be is equals to minus 3 by 2 kq square upon L. Now multiply this term with L and divide this term with L. Why? Because we will get a term kq square upon L square. Kq square upon L square is nothing but F. Substitute the value here. So work done by the external agent will be minus 3 by 2 F into L, which is option C. So the question given is a proton, deuteron and an alpha particle are accelerated through a potentials of V, 2V and 4V respectively. The velocities will bear a ratio of. So to solve this question, I will use work energy theorem, which is work done by net force will be equal to change in kinetic energy. Here only one force will be acting when it is accelerated through a potential difference, which will be electrical force. So here we can write work done by electrical force will be is equals to change in kinetic energy. Let us assume final velocity as half v square. Initially it will be at rest, so initial kinetic energy will be equal to 0. Work done by electrical force can be written as charge into potential difference. So here we can write Q into potential difference will be is equals to half m into v final square. Let us assume this proton is having a final velocity of v1, deuteron v2 and alpha particle v3. Now for proton, I can write it as half into, let us assume mass of the proton as m, into v1 square is equals to q into potential difference applied for proton is v. So from this one we can write v1 is equals to root of 2qv upon m. Similarly for deuteron, if proton mass is m, deuteron mass will be is equals to 2m. So 2m into v2 square is equals to q into potential applied for deuteron is 2v. So here we can write v2 will be is equals to, we will get same value 2qv upon m. Now coming to alpha particle. Alpha particle's mass will be 4 times. So this will be half into 4m into v3 square is equals to q into potential difference applied here is 4v. So here we can write v3 is equals to, charge is also 2 times. So when compared to proton, alpha particle will be having 4 times mass and 2 times charge. So here again 4 will get cancelled out. v3 can be written as root of 4 qv upon m. So you can take the ratios, 2 qv upon m can be cancelled. So we can write v1 is to v2 is to v3 is equals to 1 is to 1 is to root 2, which will be option D. So the question given is electric potential at a point P r distance away due to a point charge Q kept at point A is V. If twice this charge is distributed uniformly on the surface of a hollow sphere of radius 4r with center at point A, the potential at P now is. So here we are given with two different cases. First let us see about the initial case. Initially a point charge Q is kept at point A. And there is a point P which is at a distance r from this point Q. Potential at this point P is given as V. We know that potential due to a point charge can be written as kq upon r. So this V will be is equals to kq upon r. Now the final case. In the final case we are given with a hollow sphere of radius 4r with twice this charge. So here we are given with a sphere of radius 4r and there is twice the charge distributed over it. Now we have to find the potential at point P. Here A is given as the center of the sphere and point P is at a distance r from the point A. So here you can see point A and point P are internal points for this sphere. We already know that any conducting body will act as an equipotential surface. Means potential at any inside point will be is equal to potential on the surface. For sphere we know that potential on the surface can be written as kq upon r. So this from this point we can write potential at point A will be is equal to potential at point P will be is equals to k into 2q upon 4r. This will be 2 times. So this will be is equals to kq upon 2r. According to the question, kq upon r is equals to v. So here kq upon r will be is equals to v. So this will be is equals to v by 2. So option B will be correct for this question. So the question given is 4 charges plus q, minus q, plus q and minus q are placed in an order on the 4 consecutive corners of a square of side A. The work done in interchanging the position of any two neighboring charges of opposite signs is. So first let us see the initial case given. Initially there is a square of side A. There are plus q, minus q, plus q and minus q placed in the given order on the corners of the square. Now we have to interchange the position of any two neighboring charges of opposite sign. Let us assume we are going to interchange these two neighboring charges of opposite sign. Then the final case will be plus q. Here we are interchanging this. So this will be again plus q, minus q and minus q. So here we can say that work done by net forces will be equal to change in kinetic energy according to work energy theorem. Here nothing is given means we will assume quasi-static force. Slowly the process has happened. So here there won't be any kinetic energy to the system at any point. So we can write net work done will be equal to 0. Here an external agent will be working to change the configuration and electrical forces will be working due to interaction between the charges. This will be equal to 0. Electrical force is an conservative force. For conservative force we know that work done by conservative force will be equal to minus of change in potential energy. Here we are talking about electrical force, so this will be electrical potential energy. So here we can write the external work done in changing the configuration will be equal to change in potential energy, that is U final minus U initial. First let us calculate U final. Here let us name this A, B, C and D. There will be 4 neighboring charges, neighboring pairs here, that will be AB, BC, CD and DA. So the potential energy for this neighboring charges will be first for AB, that will be K Q1 Q2 upon A. Next for BC, K Q1 Q2 upon A. Next for CD, for CD it will be again minus K Q square upon A. Next for DA it will be again plus into plus K Q square upon A. Next 2 opposite pairs will be there, BD and AC. For AC it will be plus into minus, negative Again for BD, plus into minus negative. So minus of 2 times kq square upon distance here will be diagonal length root 2a. Similarly, now take the initial case. Initial case also we will be having 4 pairs. Let us name this A, B, C, D. AB, BC, CD and DA. For AB it will be minus kq square upon A. BC minus kq square upon A. CD minus kq square upon A. DA minus kq square upon A. Next, two opposite pairs. Here it will be plus into plus, minus into minus, means plus 2 into kq square upon root 2a. Now take the difference between these two. So the net external work done will be is equals to kq square upon a into 4 minus 2 root. So this will be option C. So the next question given is, two concentric spheres of radii r and 2r are charged. The inner sphere has a charge of 1 mu c and the outer sphere has a charge of 2 mu c of the same sign. The potential is 9000 volts at a distance 3r from the common center. The value of r is. So here we are given with two concentric spheres of radius r and 2r. The inner sphere is given with a charge of 1 mu c and outer is given a charge of 2 mu c. There is some point which is at a distance 3r from the common center, and potential at this point, let us consider it as P. Potential at this point is given as 9000 volts. Now we have to find the value of R. If you consider this point P, this is an outside point for both inner sphere as well as outer sphere. So here we can write potential due to first sphere, inner sphere, will be is equals to K into Q1 upon 3R. Similarly, due to second sphere, it will be K into Q2 upon 3R. This is equals to 9000 volts. Now just substitute the values. K value is 9 into 10 power 9. I am taking this common. 3R also you can take common. Into Q1 plus Q2, that is 1 mu c plus 2 mu c, 3 mu c. 3 into 10 power minus 6 is equals to 9000. So this 3 will get cancelled out. 9 into 10 power 9, 9 into 10 power 9 will get cancelled out. So from here we can write R is equals to 1 meter, which will be option A. So the question given is, a ring of radius R is having two charges Q and 2Q distributed on its two half parts. The electrical potential at a point on its axis at a distance root 3r from its center is. So now let us consider a ring and a point on its axis. Let us consider this as point P. This is at a distance of 2 root 2r from its center. The upper part is distributed with a charge Q and the lower part is distributed with a charge 2Q. Now we have to find the potential at this center. Now this distance is R. Now if we consider this distance, this will be is equals to 3R. Apply Pythagoras theorem. Now potential is a scalar quantity. So due to this upper part and due to this lower part, the total potential can be written as K into total charge on the ring, which is 3Q, upon distance 3R. So here this 3 will get cancelled out. So this will be is equals to K into Q upon R, which will be option C. The main point is this is a scalar quantity, potential is a scalar quantity, and all the points on this ring is at equal distance from this point. So we can write the total potential as K into total charge on the ring upon distance of any elemental ring to the point, which will be 3R. Any point will be at a distance of 3R from the point P. So option C will be correct for this. So the next question given is a particle A having a charge of 2 into 10 power minus 6 coulomb and mass 100 grams is fixed at the bottom of a smooth incline of inclination 30 degrees. Where should be another particle B having the same charge and mass be placed on the inclined plane? So B will remain at equilibrium. So here we are given with an inclined plane of inclination angle 30 degrees. At the bottom we are having a particle A, and at some position on this incline there is another particle B. Let the distance between these two is x. Both are having same mass and same charge. Now we have to find out this distance so that particle B is in equilibrium. Now if you see the forces acting on particle B, mg sin theta will be acting along the inclined plane, mg cos theta will be acting perpendicular to the inclined plane. Here theta is 30 degrees. Normal reaction will be acting here. And one more force is electrical interaction force between these two charges. That will be kq square upon x square according to Coulomb's law. Now if you consider the particle B is in equilibrium, so net force on particle B in any direction should be equal to 0. Now consider along the inclined plane. Along the inclined plane, downward force is mg sin theta, which is sin 30, and upward force is kq square upon x square. Now just substitute the values here. M value is given as 100 grams, which is 0.1 kilograms, into 10 into sin 30 half is equals to k value 9 into 10 power 9 into q square. Q square will be 4 into 10 power minus 12 upon x square. Here everything is in SI unit. We have substituted mass also in kilograms. So here x square will be is equals to 72 into 10 power minus 3. This will be in meter square. Now take the square root and see the calculation. X will be approximately equal to 27 centimeters. So here option D will be correct, 27 centimeters from the bottom.